Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Code Enforcement Board hearing of February 6th. I hope everybody enjoyed their January off. If you will join me in the pledge of the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, Mrs. Monahan.
Good morning, sir.
This is 2013. We understand.
Indeed.
I have to do it. I can't let it off that easy. Could we have roll call, please, of the Code Enforcement Board members?
Mrs. Monahan?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Fogg?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hoffman?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Murdoch?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Curry?
Yes, ma'am.
Approval of the minutes of the December 5th meeting, please.
I move that the minutes be approved as presented.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion, second by Mr. Taylor. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Can we have swearing in of the staff members, please?
Please state your name for the record.
Monica Vargas Barrios.
Melissa Brubaker.
Monica Graziani. Lynn Swartzel. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, if we need an approval of the consent agenda as presented by staff.
I move that the consent agenda be approved as presented. I'll second.
Okay, second by Mr. Murdoch. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, we'll get right into the fine hearings. Okay, excuse me, violation hearings. The first one is a continuation from November 7th, 2012. Case number 73724, location of violation 2416 St. Lucie Boulevard, Joe Chauncey. Okay. Number two, case number 72592, location of violation 4803 Grover's Road, Fort Pierce, and that would be Tammy Santana. Number 3 is abated. Number 4 is abated. Number 5 is removed. Number 6 is abated. Number 7 is abated. Number 8 is abated. We're going to number 9, which is case number 73763. Location of violation 159 Vinedale Avenue, Joseph and Helen Sabinetsky. 10, case number 73755, location of violation 5213 Bowling Green Drive, Ricardo Pilat and Sarah Barizzi. Number 11 has been abated. Number 12, case number 72898, location of violation 2214 North 45th Street, Richard Walker Jr. and Vicki L. Walker. Number 13, case number 73295, location of violation 3407 Avenue Old Fort Pierce, Dean Bryan. 14 has been removed. 15 has been abated. We're going to number 16, case number 73432, 2706 Walker Drive, Fort Pierce, Elise Bronson. 17 has been abated. 18 is case number 73769, 2603 Essex Drive, Fort Pierce, Ida M. McMims, and on this one here, the section 710-14 has been abated, and 12042 has been abated. However, the last one, 1309, is still in place. Is there anybody representing those folks?
I think so. Hold it.
Yes, sir. Okay, Mr. Sage, I'm not sure where you are. Does anybody? Is it a fine hearing, sir? Yes. Okay, just a moment, please. Is your microphone on down there, dear? We must have somebody in the microphone department that can handle it. Nothing?
You took care of him. You got to explain to him.
Yeah, you want to ask him, can he fix, are they on
It's
now?
working now. Is yours working now? Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you in that little room on the left. Oh dear, 18, I guess there was nobody here on that one, is that right? Okay, number 19 has been abated. Number 20, case number 73456, location of violation, 4006 Greenwood Drive. Chris Fleitman? Fleitman?
So we have for them?
Is this what the letter's for?
That's what
Yeah, I guess it should be.
Yep.
Okay, Danielle?
Yes.
This letter that we have from the Colbert Law Firm, does this address this one?
It's from the attorney. He's requesting a continuation.
Okay, so we'll take this to the end, should we, you want to vote on that now?
Up to Catherine, I'm not sure.
You would do that now.
Excuse me?
Mr. Chairman, if you so choose to continue, deal with it right now.
Okay, all right, very well. We have a letter here that's asking for continuation on case number 73456. If the board doesn't have any problem with that, we need a motion, maybe where we could continue this.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Catherine Barbieri, Assistant County Attorney. We would oppose continuance of the actual violation here, and we had given them at staff level several. And I read the letter to just say that they wanted 30 days to abate the fence. Obviously, it's the board's discretion, but just so that you're aware, we had given them some at staff level, and Ms. Williams can give you the time. And we are asking that it just, if the 30 days would be what our standard right now. We're recommending through default that everybody get 30 days to abate it. So we would oppose a continuation of the violation hearing. We would like it to go through the default process if they didn't show.
Okay, so what you're saying basically is that we really don't have to do anything with this.
It's the board's discretion on it, but
I mean, that's the indication.
That's staff's position, as we'd like it to go through the default and them to have 30 days to abate it.
Okay, all right, very good.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
what is the default date? Is that like
March the 8th.
March the 8th? So they really have until March the 8th to get it done?
Before there would be any possibility of a fine, and obviously if they didn't have it done, they'd still have a fine hearing and the board could hear why.
Okay, all right, very good. Then, having said that, then we'll just carry on and just let it go into default. Is that okay with the board?
Works for me.
Okay?
Fine.
That's what we'll do on that one. At least we did address it. Okay, 21, case number 73316, location of violation 2110 Jacobs Road, Jerry Saras and Kevin Saras. I'm not doing very well in these words today, am I? Okay, 22 has been abated, 23 has been removed. We're going to 24, case number 74227, 151 LLC Court, Port St. Lucie, Florida, Ajala, Quiroga, Quiroga. Nobody humping in. 25, case number 74169 has been abated. 26 has been abated. We're on 27. Case number 74361, 170 Bonita Court, James L. Preston, State. Okay, we're going to 28. Case number 74437, 6015 Rain Tree Terrace, Sean Massell. And that first section on that 19-32 has been abated, but the other two still stand, but they're not here anyway. 29, case number 66140, location violation 5201 Sunset Boulevard, Thomas H. Vinson. Okay, 30 has been abated, 31 has been abated. We're going to 32, case number 73686, location violation 218 Everglades Boulevard, Charles and Rosemary Veritetta. And on this one here, section 71014 has been abated, but the first section there still stands. Is there anybody representing? Yes, you are. Good morning.
I'm Charles Tedder.
Okay, sir, please state your name and address.
Charles Tedder, 218 Everglades Boulevard, Stuart, Florida.
Okay, make sure you speak into the microphone if you would. Okay?
Sorry.
All right, would you raise your right hand and be sworn in, please?
Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, sir, just bear with us. Ms. Barros is going to give us some information.
Yep.
Good morning. For the record, I am submitting one photo dated February 1st, 2013, and a copy of the aerial. On September 17, 2012, a notice of violation was sent to Mr. Charles Tedder and Rosemary Vieira Tedder, the owners of 218 Everglades Boulevard, for the following violations. St. Lucie County Land Development Code 8.00.03F, particular permitted accessory structures. Only 2 recreational equipments are allowed on the property, such as boats, RVs, or trailers. Please remove other recreational equipment. And St. Lucie County Land Development Code 7.1014A, commercial vehicles and semi-trailers. Commercial vehicles cannot be parked in a residential zone. Please remove it. The correction date was October 12, 2012. Please note the commercial vehicle part is now abated. On October 10, 2012, Mr. Tedder contacted staff and requested an extension. An extension of 45 days was granted. The new correction date was November 30, 2012. On December 3, 2012, staff received a message from Mr. Tedder letting us know that he was working on this. On December 18, 2012, staff called Mr. Tedder to find out the status, and a message was left on the voicemail. On January 3, 2013, after not receiving any more communication from the owner, a notice to appear was sent. Staff has been working on this case for about 4 months, and after getting no compliance, staff has brought this case before the Code Enforcement Board.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Burrows. Sir, are you in violation or are you not?
I don't believe that I am at this time.
Please explain.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Ms. Barrios for working with me. I was in and out of the hospital with several health issues, and that's why it has taken so long. The vehicle that was supposedly, that's been abated, well, I don't need to go in, it's been abated. I'm allowed to have 2 recreational vehicles, and I'd like, if I could, get the board to clear up something else. There's 2 vessels. Well, they're not vessels yet. They're still in works. I have a hobby of boat building, and I'm pretty good at it, but I've got 2 of them that aren't boats yet, hadn't been registered because I have to take them down and they have to be looked at by the county Sheriff's Department in order to get numbers put on the boats. They're in process of becoming vessels. I'm working on them, building them. And one of them, I've already put a sign on and moved it as close to the road as I can to sell. It's already got a for sale sign on it. The other one, this weekend, I'm moving into my garage to complete the work on. So I'll only have the 2 vessels there. And I'm allowed to have 2 recreational equipments there. And since they are for sale and the other one's going in the garage, I might not be in compliance because it's still on the property, but when I move it in, I believe I should be totally within compliance, if I'm not already, because it is a work in progress. It's a hobby.
Well, it appears like you have a few things here.
What are they, Mr. Fogg?
I believe, explain to us in the picture,
Okay.
we see the big boat, the 2 in front of it. What are those? So is that work in progress?
No, they are no longer there.
They're gone.
They're gone. That's from there.
Okay,
that's a trailer you see to furthest north, okay?
Okay.
And the boat that's right behind the trailer has been put on the trailer and is brought around to the side yard with a for sale sign on it. It's so that people can see it from the road. You can see it there now.
So you still have just 2 then in your yard, correct?
Wait, that's the boat that is in the back.
Can we go back to that? Oh, I see the one for sale here.
Right.
This is the one. Okay, can we go back to the other picture, please?
Yeah.
This is the one that's in front of the big boat and
Right.
the trailer in front of that, so
Right.
they become one.
Yes, sir. That's
Okay.
gone.
And then you got the big boat.
And then I got the big
What is this off to the right of the one you just put on the trailer?
That right there is the 17-foot boat is under construction. It's not a boat yet, it's a hull.
This is the one that's going in the trailer? And
That's the one
it's
going in the garage.
Okay, what is the other one in front of the white to the right? To the other, over just one?
Just to the
There
right.
you go, right there.
I don't know what that is unless it's a truck or, that's gone, it's not there. I got some updated pictures here, if you'd like.
Ms. Burrows, you want to?
What's the square thing at the bottom?
Oh, I know what that, okay, hold on. This is the yard now. And that's a boat on the pavement. And this is the one with the for sale sign on it. And this is the hull that's going in the garage. As you can see, where the white Jeep is where the other boat used to be. And
Okay.
somebody that came over to help me move all the stuff, they parked there right now. And that's my truck right there. And then the boat to the far right that we just went out of Zoom on. Oh, there it is right there, with the blue hull and the white bottom. That's the one that I'm working on now. It's just the hull portion. I haven't put the cap on it or anything. I can't get a number or registration number for it until I do that.
Okay. Let me ask staff a question here. Having a trailer, and then he puts the boat on the trailer, it becomes one, correct? Indirectly.
Correct.
So that would make where he just was unloading and put that on. So if we see this correctly, the pictures that we've seen here, are there only two there now?
There's three. The one that's on the pavement, or not, yes, paved, is supposed to be where it is on the pavement. And the big boat, this boat right here, which are on actual jack stands, these are made to hold boats, not
Are these your boats, sir, or are you working on them for somebody?
No, they're my boats.
They are your boats?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Then, Ms. Burrows, are we back to just the two now, or are we missing something here?
Yeah, he has a total of 4 recreational vehicles, which is the little one that he's going to put in the garage.
Right.
He's got one for sale on a trailer. He's got one in the front, and then he's got one in the back. So if he puts the little one in the garage, he sells the other one, and he keeps 2, then he'll be okay.
Okay.
But he's going to need time for that.
Okay. We've already given him some time, correct?
No.
No, we haven't. Okay. So then, do you understand that, sir?
I understand. I would like to, have a little time to sell the one boat.
Okay,
And
but
then
you
I'll be
understand what we're trying to do, and we're not trying to make it difficult.
No,
We're
no,
just
no, I
trying to help you out and get this cleared up.
And that's why I would like a clarification on these other 2 boats, because me working on the boats, trying to get them built. I'm building them. I'm not,
You're not running a business, right?
Oh, no. I'm not running. If I was going to be in business, I'd be. This is not a good business to be in right now.
Okay, very good. Well, you know what we've said here today, and does anybody on the board have any other questions?
How long does it take for you to sell that boat? What are you thinking?
Ma'am, I have no idea in this market today, this economy. I can't.
Well, are you thinking 1 month, 6 months?
Well, hopefully it won't take more than 6 months. I don't want to sit in there that long, and I can use the money to finish off the other boat.
Think you can sell that thing by May the 1st?
Well, I can give it my best, I'm going to be advertising it on Craigslist and every other place I can get some free advertising.
What we're trying to do here is, because eventually, if this doesn't happen, you're going to be in a situation you don't want to be in. So we're just trying to work with you to help you out. But there has to be an end to this. So I'm not sure what the board...
Well, I've been there I built the house in '96, and I've had boats in the yard there this whole time, and I've never had any problems.
Well, you must have some neighbors that are curious.
Mr. Chairman, I have a motion.
Yes, ma'am.
I hereby move in reference to case number 73686 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony, and the recommendation of staff with regard to the existence of a violation, we determine the violation in fact did occur and the alleged violator committed the violation. An order of enforcement is warranted. If the order of enforcement is not complied with by May the 1st, 2013, a fine of up to $250 per day may be imposed. A cost of $200 has been imposed as a cost for prosecuting this case. Please take notice that on the first Wednesday of the month, after the date given for compliance, at 9 a.m. or as soon thereafter as may be heard, a fine hearing will be held if the violation is not abated by the given compliance date.
Okay, there's a motion, a second by Mr. Taylor. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, sir, you've been given till May 1st, and maybe you've got some neighbors that would like to have a boat in their yard next time. You might help you out a little bit. Don't know
Quite
that,
possible.
but the other thing is when you leave here today, if you would, please, there's a lady back there with her hand up, would like to talk to you.
Okay.
All right?
I'm unclear on one thing that Ms. Monahan said, something about a $200 fine.
If it's not settled
Yes.
by May 1st.
Okay.
But you see that little lady on the way out?
Yes, I sure will.
She'll be
Thank you
glad
so
to talk
much.
to
I
you.
appreciate y'all. Have a nice weekend.
Okay, you do the same. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, that is the end of the violation hearings. Can we sound the halls, please?
I'll read in the default no-shows, no-shows.
Wait a minute, let's just see if the hall's been sounded.
Well,
Read 'em.
he needs
I
to
do
read
first.
it. Let him read it
Oh,
and
I'm
then
sorry,
sound
yeah,
the
go
hall.
ahead. What am I doing here this morning?
Okay. Case number 73724, location of violation 2416 St. Lucie Boulevard, Fort Pierce. Property owner Joy Shaughnessy. Case number 72592, location of violation 4803 Grovers Road, Fort Pierce. Property owner Tammy Santana. Case number 73763, location of violation 159 Vindal Avenue. Property owner Joseph and Helen Sabinski. Case number 73755, location of violation 5213 Bowling Green Drive, Fort Pierce. Property owner Ricardo Palat and Sarah Brzezinski. Case number 72898, location of violation 2214 North 45th Street, Fort Pierce. Property owner Richard Walker Jr. and Vicky L. Walker. Case number 73295, location of violation 3407 Avenue O, Fort Pierce, Florida. Property owner Dean Bryan. Case number 73432, location of violation 2706 Walker Drive, Fort Pierce. Property owner Elsie Brunson. Case number 73739, location of violation 2603 Essex Drive, Fort Pierce, Florida. Property owner Ida McMinns.
Mr. Chairman, just for clarification,
Yes.
that was case 73769.
Okay.
Correct.
Like 73769.
769.
Case number 73456, location of violation 4006 Greenwood Drive, Fort Pierce. Property owner Chris Flitman. Case number 73316, location of violation 2110 Jacobs Road, Fort Pierce. Property owner Jerry Sowers and Kevin Sowers. Case number 74227, location of violation, 151L Cito Court, property owner Argella Corroa. Case number 74321, case number 74361, location of violation, 170 Bonita Court, Port St. Lucie, Florida, property owner James Preston Estate. Case number 74437, location of violation, 6015 Raintree Terrace, Fort Pierce, property owner Sean Mazel. Case number 66140, location of violation, 5201 Sunset Boulevard, Fort Pierce, property owner Thomas H. Vinson.
Okay.
That concludes the no-shows.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. We're looking for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, have the halls been sounded?
Yes,
For
the halls
record,
have been
had somebody from staff verify that?
Yes.
I have a motion.
Mr. Taylor?
I hereby move in reference to the cases read into the record that the Code Enforcement Board enter an order finding these alleged violators are in default as they did not appear to protest the violations against them, and that the Board adopt the recommendations of staff as set forth on the agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. There's a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Say aye. Opposed, like sign. Okay, thank you. Mr. Krieger, it takes a little time, you know. You give us a month off. It takes a while to get back in the swing of things. You understand?
Completely understandable, but we have to make sure it's in the record.
You're doing a good job. We just wanted to make sure you're on board. Thank you very much. Okay. The first one on fine hearings, number 1, has been removed because of foreclosure. Number 2 is a companion case to that. That has also been removed due to foreclosure. We're going to case number 3, and this will be case number 72655, 2505 North 43rd Street, Fort Pierce. Sarati Hastu. Danielle Williams.
For the record, I'm submitting one photo dated May 25th, 2012, 2 photos dated December 4th, 2012, and 2 photos dated February 4th, 2012. On May 29, 2012, I cited the property for being in violation of Section 1-9-32D, public nuisance, for having overgrowth of grass and weeds, Section 11.05.01, building and sign permits, for not having a permit for the installation of the windows, and Section 13.09.00, Exterior Property Maintenance Code, Article 301.3, vacant structures, for having an open and unsecured structure. I gave a compliance date of June 12, 2012. After getting no compliance, I brought this case before the December 5, 2012 Code Enforcement Board meeting. The board found the property in default and gave a compliance date of June 4, 2013. As of today, I have had no contact with the property owner, and the property is still in violation. This property is not in foreclosure.
Okay, very good. Any questions from the board? If not, we're looking for a motion.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion.
Yes, sir.
I hereby move in reference to case number 72655 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony, and the report of staff that the violations still exist, and having considered the gravity of the violation, the actions, if any, taken by the violator to correct the violation and any previous violations, we make the following determination. A fine of $250 per day shall be imposed for each day the violation exists, starting with January 5, 2013, with a maximum fine not to exceed $5,000. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
It should be $5,000. I apologize.
$5,000, right. Okay.
Okay, there's a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Taylor. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Like sign, opposed? Okay, let's see Okay. Number 4 has been abated. We're going to number 5. Case number 72668, 8003 Citrus Park Boulevard, Magrito and Christina Ramirez. Lynn Schwartzel, please.
For the record, I'm resubmitting one photo dated September 5th, 2006, and submitting 2 photos dated December 6th, 2012, and February 5th, 2013. 8003 Citrus Park Boulevard was brought to the October Code Board and found in violation of 11.05.01 time limitations of a building permit to reactivate permit 0705-0198 for the addition to the single-family residence. The board gave a compliance date of December 7, 2012. Myself and Officer Williams met with Mr. Ramirez on December 6, 2012 to inspect the property and verify what work had been completed. After meeting with Mr. Ramirez on the property, staff and Mr. Ramirez determined he would need to update his permit to include the front entrance and windows. As of February 5, 2013, the permit has not been reactivated and the property still remains in violation.
Okay. Any questions from the board? If not, we're looking for a motion.
I have a motion.
Mr. Taylor?
I hereby move in reference to case number 72668 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony and the report of staff that the violations still exist, and having considered the gravity of the violation, the actions, if any, taken by the violator to correct the violation and any previous violations, we make the following determination. A fine of $250 per day shall be imposed for each day the violation exists starting December 8, 2012, with a maximum fine not to exceed $5,000.
Okay, there was a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Murdoch. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, we're going to 6, which has been abated. 7 has been abated. Going to 8, case number 73661, location of violation 7304 DeLand Avenue, Judith V. Graziosi.
Graziosi.
Okay. Ms. Schwartzel?
For the record, I'm submitting 3 photos, one dated October 29, 2012, and 2 dated February 5, 2013. 7304 DeLand Avenue was brought to the November 7, 2012 Code Board and found in default of 1-9-32 overgrowth. The board gave until December 7, 2012 to bring the property into compliance. I've had no contact with the property owner, and this property is not in foreclosure. As of February 5, 2013, this property still remains in violation.
Okay, very good. It looks like that picture that was just back here, it looks like there's a new fence there also. Did you see that?
That's the neighbor.
Oh, that's the neighbor?
Yes, and she has a permit.
Oh, okay. Very
Is there
good.
someone living in this house?
No, ma'am.
Oh, it's a vacant?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If there's no questions, more questions from the board, we're looking for a motion.
I hereby move in reference to case number 73661 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony, and the report of staff that the violation still exists, and having considered the gravity of the violation, the actions, if any, taken by the violator to correct the violation and any previous violations, we make the following determination. A fine of $250 per day shall be imposed for each day the violation exists starting December the 8th, 2012, with a maximum fine not to exceed $5,000.
Is there a motion? Do I hear a second?
Second.
I say a second by Mr. Curry. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, number 9 has been abated. Number 10 has been abated. Number 11, let's see, case number 72046 at 1351 Nettles Boulevard, Jensen Beach, Florida. Vivian D. Jarvis. Okay, Ms. Barrows.
The ladies over here.
Good morning, ma'am. Would you please go to the podium and speak into the microphone and give your name and address, please?
Vivian Jarvis, 1351 Nettles Boulevard.
Okay, very good. And would you please raise your right hand and be sworn in?
Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, just bear with us, and we're going to hear from Ms. Barrows, and then we'll speak to you. Yes, ma'am.
For the record, I am resubmitting 3 photos, 2 dated March 21st, 2012, and 1 dated November 2nd, 2012. This case was brought before the November 7th, 2012 violation hearing and was found in violation of St. Lucie County Land Development Code 11.05.01, building and sign permits by default. On March 22nd, 2012, a notice of violation was sent to Ms. Vivian D. Jarvis, the owner of 1351 Nettles Boulevard, to please obtain a permit for enclosing the screen porch and making it a habitable space, to include any electrical work, with a correction date of April 23rd, 2012. On March 29th, 2012, a contractor contacted staff to find out what is needed to obtain a permit. Staff had a plan examiner call him back. On June 16, 2012, the plan examiner let staff know the owner had contacted him. The plan examiner explained what is needed to obtain a permit. On September 13, 2012, a notice to appear was sent to Ms. Jarvis. After the code board, Mrs. Jarvis contacted staff and she was explained she had missed the violation hearing. She was explained what she needed to do to obtain a permit. On January 28, 2013,
Excuse me, this is not supposed to happen.
On January 28, 2013, the owner came in and applied for the permit. Staff is requesting a continuation of this case as the permit is in-house.
Okay, so there is a permit.
She came in and applied for the permit January 28th.
January 28th. Okay. All right. So any questions from the board? Then it is not really abated as of yet.
Not yet. It's still in a pending status. Once the permit gets issued, we could abate the case.
When do you want us, how far do you want us to continue it? Till next meeting or for?
For next meeting, that would be
Okay.
good.
Okay, so a continuation would work well.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I hereby move that we continue this case number 72046. I move that we continue it to the March 6th, 2013 Code Board meeting.
Second.
Okay, there's a second by Mr. Taylor. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Thank you, ma'am. See how easy it was?
Thank
The
you.
ride in the elevator wasn't that bad, was it?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Okay, going to, that's the end of those. So now we're going to repeat violation hearings. Case number, did somebody say something or no? Okay. Repeat violation hearings, case number 74962, location of violation 7807 Holy Par Avenue, Fort Pierce, Florida. John L. and Anna M. Hill. Ms. Swartzler?
For the record, I'm submitting 2 photos, one dated January 14, 2013, and one dated February 5, 2013. 7807 Hollapaw Avenue was originally brought before the board on February 2, 2011, and found in violation of 1-9-19 outside storage. On January 14, 2013, I found 7807 Hollapaw Avenue to be in violation again and sent a repeat notice for 1-9-19 outside storage. On February 1, 2013, I received a voicemail from the property owner stating she would have the property in compliance over the weekend. On February 5, 2013, I re-inspected the property and found the property to be in compliance. This property was in violation a total of 21 days.
Let's see the original photograph, please.
So everything has just been removed, put underneath the, and then the other photograph also, I don't think some of these show some of the things. She put flowers in front of it. That's nice. Trees. Looks nice.
So she's cleaned it up.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is a has-been?
No, it's a repeat.
Repeat?
I don't know, y'all.
Okay.
Where are you supposed to put that kind of stuff?
I know.
Huh?
I know.
There's a shed in the back.
Okay, folks, then we're looking for a motion on the repeat.
Sorry,
violation.
Mr. Chairman, is this picture that we're looking at now, is that violation, what she has there?
I don't believe so, Ms. Swartzel, with that.
No,
Everything is undercover, and the trees are in front to,
She had furniture inside the house, items inside the area, and boxes and,
and it was outside in the yard also at the time.
yes.
Yeah.
That's an
she's-
interesting use of a county recyclable bin, isn't it?
Yeah.
At least there's no Christmas lights there.
Amen, brother.
This is true. This is true.
I just don't know. She's cleaned it up. Do we really need to?
Well, we need to get it off, though.
I know that, but I mean, do we need to fine her?
No, if she's cleaned it up, you don't have to if you don't want to. I mean, it's up to the board's decision.
What do you boys want to do?
I don't think we should fine her.
Huh?
I don't want to fine her.
I'm not keen about fining her. The point
Okay.
is to get it cleaned up.
Okay, all right. Well, we're looking for a motion from
However, I would
the
fine her
lady on our board.
pretty bad if it comes back again repeated.
Is this the first time on this repeat violation for this lady?
Yes, she's never been for a repeat.
Okay, all right.
Does she understand that she could have a $5,000 fine?
Yes, I explained it to her.
Did she freak out about it?
Just a tad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this the front of the house or the back of the house?
That is the front.
Is there an extensive history with her, or just a
I've cited her a couple times.
few times she's
Yes.
familiar?
And she's always taken care of what needed to happen.
Yes, the original code board, the son came in and he cleaned up the property for us.
Okay, is she an older lady?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right. I move that there be no fine. I can't find it in the book.
What you could do, because this was a repeat violation, you could use violation number 14, and you could find her in violation, but say that it's been abated and no fine will be imposed, if you'd like to, for the record, because staff has indicated to you that there was a violation. So what I would do is, you want me to read it, and then you can so move how I would make that motion?
That would be lovely.
Okay. I hereby move in reference to case number 74962 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony, and the report of staff that the violation previously committed has been repeated, and having considered the gravity of the violation, the actions, if any, taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations, we make the following determination. The violation has been abated and no fine is imposed. What is your pleasure with regard to prosecution costs?
Well, I'd forgive that as well.
And no prosecution cost is imposed.
Second.
That's my motion.
There is a motion.
Yes.
You know, you watch on TV and you see little babies talking and they have a male voice or a loud voice.
I should have been.
mean, yeah, this is very
Thank you,
good.
Mr.
Sec-
Speaker.
So moved, yeah, right.
I so move it.
Thank you. Second by Mr. Curry. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay. Okay, now we have referral to the Board of County Commissioners on case number 74969. Ms. Swartzel?
For the record, I'm submitting 3 photos dated February 5th, 2013. This property has been in foreclosure for over 3 years, and we have received numerous complaints in regards to the overgrowth, which is a violation of 1-9-32. After receiving the complaints and staff visiting the property, we are asking the board to refer this case to the Board of County Commissioners for abatement.
Okay. Are we going to do motions on these, just like, yeah, I guess we would, wouldn't we?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Taylor. All right, we're looking for a motion, please.
Mr. Chairman, I hereby move in reference to case number 74969 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony and the recommendation of staff with regard to the existence of a violation, we determine the condition caused by the violation presents a serious threat to the public health, safety, and welfare, and staff is directed to notify the St. Lucie County Board of County Commissioners of these conditions.
Okay, there was a motion to hear a second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Taylor. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Number 2, case number 74968. Lynn Swartzel, please. Ms. Swartzel.
For the record, I'm submitting 4 photos, 2 dated January 7, 2013, and 2 dated February 5, 2013. 8408 Fort Pierce Boulevard has been in foreclosure for 2 years, and the property owners did maintain the property. In May of 2012, the property owner stopped taking care of the property, and now the property is in violation of Section 1-9-32 overgrowth. Staff is receiving numerous complaints from the neighboring properties, so at this time, we are asking the board to refer this case to the Board of County Commissioners for abatement.
Okay, thank you very much.
Is that back door standing wide open there?
Yes. I did go and close it, so I locked it and closed it.
Wow.
Okay, very good. We're looking for a motion?
Are y'all happy with me reading these?
Sure, Ms. Monahan.
I hereby move in reference to case number 74968 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony and the recommendation of staff with regard to the existence of a violation, we determine the condition caused the violation. You know, there's a word missing there. The condition caused by the violation presents a serious threat to the public health, safety, and welfare, and staff is directed to notify the St. Lucie County Board of County Commissioners of these conditions.
Okay, thank you. Second by Mr. Taylor again. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, now we're going to number 3, case number 74732, 380 Midway Road, Midway Commercial Park, LLC. Melissa Brubaker.
For the record, I am submitting 4 photos, 1 dated December 21st, 2012, 2 dated January 3rd, 2013, and 1 dated February 5th, 2013. 380 Midway Road was cited for 1-9-32 overgrowth. This property has been in foreclosure since June 2011. There has been numerous complaints about the property, and staff recommends this to be referred to the Board of County Commissioners for abatement.
Okay. Ms. Monahan?
I hereby move in reference to case number 74732 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony and the recommendation of staff with regard to the existence of a violation, we determine the condition caused by the violation presents a serious threat to the public health, safety, and welfare, and staff is directed to notify the St. Lucie County Board of County Commissioner of these conditions.
Okay, there's a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Curry. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, number 4 is abated. That's the end of those. Now we're going right into fine reduction hearings. Case number 19744, location of violation 6002 Palm Drive, Bruce A. and Jana H. Shealy. Yes. Please come up to the microphone, state your name and address.
Jennifer Schmidt, 1819 Southwest Crane Creek Avenue.
Okay, would you please raise your right hand and be sworn in?
Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you're requesting a fine reduction hearing. For what's the reason here?
We purchased the property in June of 2012, and at the time, the house was probably like a gang hangout. There was garbage in the yard, beer bottles in the backyard. There was graffiti inside, a couple of broken windows, and the flooring was all had to be replaced. When we got into the house, started fixing it up, immediately what we did was we hired a lawn company, had the lawn all, nice, neat. We had to do some AC work, some plumbing work. We hooked up to the city as opposed to being on the well. And unfortunately, the repairs came to more than we had anticipated, about $15,000 in repairs. But we do have tenants in there now. A nice family moved in there now. And we do pride ourselves on, we want the property to look nice, always be nice. And if we can get a reduction in the fees, we'd like to upgrade the bathrooms, the kitchen, and if there's some money left over, do a little landscaping because it's a little plain Jane looking.
Okay, and that's with the proper permitting, correct?
Of course. Yeah, we have a plumbing company that
How much
does our
was your
work.
original fine?
5,000.
5,000.
5,000.
When you purchased this property, you realized that there was a fine on it, correct?
We did, the Realtor told us that once we had the house fixed up, then we could come and do a reduction hearing.
Uh-huh.
Did you put the stucco on the side of the house?
No, mm-mm.
The pictures that I have from the last meeting show clapboard siding, I guess. Is that the clapboard siding?
No, it's,
Yeah.
I have pictures I took yesterday, it's just stucco with,
Let me see, right?
yeah.
Are these the wrong pictures
That I had from the last
in the
meeting?
packet?
Oh, I don't know what was in the other meeting.
Because it sure is a clapboard house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is pictures we took yesterday, if that would help.
And I'm not certain that's a,
I don't think that's right.
I don't think these are the right pictures.
What's the case
Because
number?
that's not a carport.
Those are the pictures I have.
Yeah.
Well, that was in the file, so I apologize with the old pictures.
That's not the house, ma'am?
We don't have I have stucco, it's stucco, I don't know.
It doesn't look like there's a garage there on the
Yeah.
right.
There's a garage.
It's not the same house.
This is a different picture, different house.
Oh, it is a garage.
Yeah.
Did you cut all those pine trees? I mean, there's no pine trees in that other picture, the new picture.
There was no pine trees when we purchased the house,
Yeah,
though.
it's not the same house.
Yeah. I have a picture we took yesterday, if that would help.
Yeah, put it up.
I'd like to see what it used to look like.
Palm Drive, where's that? Orange Blossom?
Indian River Estates.
Indian River?
That's from the property appraisal back in November of 2003.
She has a picture there. Could you show that?
Who stuccoed the house?
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, the bank must have stuccoed it. We purchased it from a bank and put a new garage door in. I might be able to, yeah.
Well, we're confused here a little bit, I believe.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, Mrs. Monahan. The case is almost 10 years old. That was my original case. The hurricane came in between that and probably destroyed the trees that you've seen. That is
Okay.
the same home. They just stuccoed it and they fixed it up, but it is the same home.
That was before. Okay.
Yeah, it's almost 10 years old, the other pictures you're looking at.
Okay. All right, I see. Anyway, so you've gone ahead and done all of this, and you're coming to us, and staff has a recommendation on this, and it is a rental property, correct? So you purchased it to rent?
Right.
Okay.
And we've
All right.
even had some of the neighbors stop by and say, thank you for getting rid of the, trouble house with the kids hanging out and getting a nice family in there. And
There's probably some other neighborhoods in Fort Pierce you could do that to if you like.
Go back to the original photo, please, the very first one that you showed us at the beginning.
How it looks like today?
Uh-huh.
It's a completely different. They can't even
Yeah, this is
pines
not
in
the
back.
same house, is it?
Yeah.
When you're looking at the picture?
It is.
It is?
Yeah,
Look
it's
at all the
just been-
pines that are gone in the
All the
background.
pine trees that are gone.
Yeah.
Is that from the
From the
hurricane?
hurricane.
Wow. And this is Indian River Estates?
It's amazing what a hurricane can do.
It's a completely
Yeah.
different house.
But there's the date palm right there in the front.
I'm sorry, ma'am, what was your name again?
Jennifer Schmidt.
So this property owner, Bruce and Janet Schilly, they're not even around anymore. There's a new property owner since this was printed out.
We purchased it from the bank, so I'm guessing they were I don't know who they were, prior. We bought it from a bank, though.
Okay, so the name on this is also incorrect on this.
Are you Greg Grouper? Okay.
Yeah, when the case was in 2003, Bruce and Jennifer owned the property at that time, and the lien is against Bruce and Janet.
Makes such a difference.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just stunning. What a difference it is.
Okay, we're looking, she's presented her part, we're looking for something from the board on this. If you read this, you'll see what staff, his recommendation So we're trying to do that to reduce it. They did know that there was a fine on it originally, and that's quite a reduction, I think.
Mr. Chairman, I have a motion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I hereby move in reference to case number 19744 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. The fine of $5,000 imposed by the Code Enforcement Board is hereby reduced to the amount of $1,250. This reduced fine must be paid within 60 days of this hearing, or the fine will revert back to the original fine of $5,000.
Okay, there's a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Murdoch. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, like sign?
Aye.
Okay, we have 2 opposed and 1, 2, 3, 4 yeas, right? Do it.
You want to do a roll call?
Yeah, please.
No, I'm just saying, do a roll call to who voted for, who voted against.
Yeah, we'll do it by roll call, please.
Mrs. Monahan?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Fogg?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hoffman?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Murdoch?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Curry?
No, ma'am.
Okay, it passed, and so that's it, folks. All right, so you have a $1,250 fine you have to pay
Okay.
within 60 days.
Okay.
Thank you very much, but it was reduced
Thank
quite
you.
a bit.
I appreciate it.
Thanks
Okay.
for cleaning that up. That
Yes.
was great.
Thanks.
And we'll get in touch with you on these other houses we have, okay? Thank you very much. Okay. I think that is the end of our program, is it not? These folks that we have sitting out here?
Other business, staff business, public comment.
Okay. All right, let's see what we go here.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, there's a memorandum from Danielle Williams.
Yes.
And I didn't know if we had to do anything with that.
That was on the consent agenda.
That was in the consent agenda, on that memorandum, so that's already done. Is there other business, please? Staff business? Public comments? One at a time, folks, please. Please state your name, sir.
My name is Lee Sage,
And where do you live, Lee?
138 Northeast Naranja Avenue, Port St. Lucie.
Okay, and under other business, you're here for?
I'm here on regarding case number 73676.
Okay, just a moment, sir.
Mr. Chairman, the case has been abated. It was under the consent agenda for request for reconsideration, which you guys approved. So he's not in violation.
He's not?
No.
Okay, so he doesn't need to be here?
No, we told him that, but he decided that he wanted to speak before you.
Okay, very good. We'll accept any pluses you can give us, please.
Okay.
Can you please be sworn in, Mr. Chairman? Can you please be
Yes,
sworn
would
in?
you please be sworn in? Raise your right hand. Be
You
sworn
affirm to
in.
tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I affirm. Okay, first of all, I wasn't notified in any way that this was abated until after I was sitting here waiting on my turn to come up. I guess what I have to say is more of a complaint than it is otherwise. I understand it was abated because well, let me go back. I don't know who made the complaint. I don't know how this complaint came about, and I really kind of feel like my constitutional rights are being violated because I don't have the right to face my accuser. I don't know who gave this board that ability to violate the Constitution, but if so, then I accept that. But I do believe my constitutional rights are being violated, the fact that I do not have the right to face my accuser. Secondly, all of the accusations on the complaint are false. They were all false from the beginning. They were fraudulent by this board, and none of them existed. Thirdly, I understand the inspector came to my house to look at it, and two inspectors had to make the trip out there to look at my house. It just kind of seemed like to me that's a waste of my taxpayers' money paying 2 inspectors to go look at a violation that wasn't even occurring. I've had to make several trips to the Planning Commission and write a memo on things in regards to something that didn't even exist. The accusations were unfounded and did not even exist.
Okay, excuse
and that
me.
concerns me that the board would uphold such tactics.
Okay. Well, the staff here, we feel does a very good job. They've been doing this for several years, and you have the right to your thoughts and your opinion. But if you were brought before this board, or if you were in violation at some given time, I don't have anything here in front of me necessarily that I can go back to. We don't have pictures as a board.
I was never in violation, sir.
Well, the board has absolutely no idea what your violations are.
Neither do I.
None
Your Honor, there were no
whatsoever.
violations.
Okay.
That's why my complaint.
Yeah. Well,
I think these should be, so my time has been taken up, and I know the board's time, and somebody somewhere has dropped the ball on this, because I've had to spend an awful lot of time on something that didn't even exist, and I would like an explanation on why these fraudulent charges were brought.
I have no explanation on that, sir.
That's not a very good answer. It's not acceptable, sir.
Okay.
Oh, here.
All right. Well, then okay.
I don't know what my options are, but that's, you can't harass me.
I have a comment that may or may not be right or wrong. I kind of look at this board, we're a group of volunteers, and we're sort of mediators. We hear staff, someone complains that there's a code violation. Staff goes out and inspects this accusation, and they decide whether or not it is a violation. And then they send to you that there is an appearance of a violation on property that you own. And you have a right to come and talk to staff and work it out with staff. Months ago, whenever it was that they sent you notice of violation.
Excuse me, from the...
And when you can't work it out and can't come to an agreement that either you will fix the violation or you don't agree with the violation, then you bring it to us, a group of citizen volunteers, and we listen to what staff says and we listen to what you say, and then we decide which one is right. Now, is that not correct, the way we do things here?
This board is a quasi-judicial board.
I understand.
Any charges that are brought before the board are brought by county staff after investigation, and they have a procedure they follow, but that's out of the hands of this board.
Right. So if you have complaints about the way staff behaved, they do not work for us. They work for the Board of County Commissioners. And if you have an issue, that's the board you need to take it to. All we are is a group of citizens, just like you, who want to see our county clean.
I understand.
You're really wasting your time and breath and effort here to talk to us about it, because we don't know what your case was. It hasn't been brought to us. Staff has told us that the case has been abated. It's gone away. So you need to work with staff and find out the issues you want answered, or go to the county commission.
Okay.
But there's no reason to talk to us further.
Chairman?
Okay, yes. I'm not through.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, before you recommend somebody go to the Board of County Commission, they should follow the chain of command, and that would be report to the request a meeting with the manager of the division. He did meet with the supervisor of the division, and we worked through the issues, and that's why it's abated. The violations were accurate, true, and he's just not happy with those violations. But we did work through the issues. It was last September, and the supervisor spoke to me on them, and we worked together. She reported back to him, and he's here today because he's just not satisfied with the process. But I would suggest that he meet with me before he reports to file this complaint.
And he has not met with you yet?
He has not done that.
Okay, sir.
I
there's your
requested,
answer.
and I was never given an audience. I was told to talk to somebody else. And that is not true. What she has said is absolutely a falsehood.
Well,
there were no violations, and they have never shown me any of the violations. They even admitted that there were no such violations.
okay. Well, it appears like that you've taken this long and far and wide, and your next step would be that lady right there. Okay?
I've requested,
All
I
right.
don't know who she is, but I've requested.
She's right there, so that, so,
I spoke with
that's,
Ms. Williams.
okay. Did you hear me, sir?
No, sir, I'm sorry.
That lady there is the next step you go to, and not in this meeting here. She will meet with you, okay? Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Okay, next public comments? Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Please state your name and address, sir.
My name is Richard Allison, and my address is 919 Jackson Way.
Okay, sir, would you be sworn in too, please? Raise your right hand.
Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, sir.
This is all positive, so there's nothing negative.
That's good. We appreciate it.
I have received the code enforcement that I had a violation, and I had planned that violation. So I knew I had a violation. And the reason I planned it was because I wanted to modify some behavior. Not your behavior, not code enforcement's behavior, but resident that was across from me, I wanted to modify their behavior. So I put in a security camera. I put up a beautiful Lowe's fence that you just, sort of a wrought iron fence. You can remove it. When they want to cut the grass, they would come in and remove it and so forth. It was really a nice looking fence. Ms. Barbara, do you agree? Was it a nice looking fence?
I agree.
So, with that said, I started that about almost 2 years before I wanted to see how long it would take code enforcement to put me in violation. It was almost 2 years. And I understand why. It's because of the economy, because cutting back on the personnel. I don't know how these people do it. I mean, you see they're not only manning going out into the neighborhood, but they're also manning the desk of people who want to come up and ask questions. And so I take my hat off to them because they have done a fantastic job, and it's not easy. You get criticism. Occasionally you probably get some pats on the back, too. So
that's why you're here today.
That's exactly right. And so it took almost 2 years. I had a chance to call Ms. I keep ruining her name, Barrios. And I had a chance to talk to her yesterday. And what I really wanted to do when I had to call her back, because of being understaffed, they can't pick up that telephone and answer my questions. So I said, well, I'll go up and talk to them. And the lady who was there was absolutely a sweetheart. She was nice as could be. And she explained to me what was going on. So I said, okay, I'll just do it at public comments here. And so we finally worked it out. I took up the fence. I removed it. I had planned on removing it anyway. I knew it, but I thought it probably would be a couple of months and not almost 2 years. So, but here's what happened. With my camera system and the fence up, modified everybody on that block's behavior. They would not run over the grass, would not run over the sprinkler systems. And that's what I intended for it to do. So, with that said, and thank you very much, I appreciate it, and I do admire you people for the hard work you put in.
Thank you, sir. We take that well, and they appreciate it. Okay, next. Please state your name and address, sir.
My name is Samuel Lewis, 134 Northwest DeRosso Boulevard, Fort St. Lucie.
Okay, sir, would you speak into the microphone and would you raise your right hand and be sworn in, please?
Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do. I'm here under item 6, consent agenda. I filed a motion for a rehearing. I was disabled from early July until the end of November. When I finally did receive a notice that didn't come for many days after it was mailed, I promptly took action, was able to meet with Officer Brubaker, and found that the violations were caused by the tenant. I don't occupy the house, and I just feel that because I promptly took action, there should be a difference between the gravity of a public eyesore where you can see something in the front of the house from the sidewalk or street and something like this that was in the back of the house. That's maybe I should be filing a...
What was that case number, sir?
72779.
Okay, that's one with a pool in the back?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
So I
Continue.
just feel that because the tenant caused the problems and filed the complaint and it wasn't really a public eyesore, the gravity of the situation shouldn't be the same. And because I did take action when I became aware of it, that should matter too. Maybe I should apply for a fine reduction hearing. I don't know. But this is the first time I've been in front of you, and I don't have a history of ignoring complaints.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
He's under the consent agenda for request for rehearing or reconsideration, and the board denied him. At this very moment, the property is in compliance, so if you'd like to, he can always apply for a fine reduction hearing at a later date.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is there anybody else?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Name,
My name
address?
is Marvin Bethune. I live at 1806 West Booth Drive in the unincorporated area of St. Lucie County.
Could you raise your right hand, please?
Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. The purpose of my being here this morning, and I'm not sure exactly what really took place, is item number 20, case number 73456.
20.
In today's agenda?
Yes, ma'am.
Let us back up here, sir.
That's the one about the fence?
Yes. The purpose of me being here this morning is to present to you, if necessary, a signed petition from about 20 residents in that general vicinity opposing the fence being left where it was, or being left where it is, and being erected to begin with. Now, since all of this has happened, this letter that was submitted this morning from their attorney, I'm not sure that I 100% understand what motion the board took this morning with this letter. Number two, no matter what motion the board has taken, I would like to personally commend St. Lucie County code enforcement employees. I've been a resident of this county since July of 1970, and never have I witnessed and been experienced the professionalism and people that seem to really want to help you. I mean, they have a tough job to do, believe me. But I've gone on record, and I'm saying it up publicly right now. You folks ought to be proud of what these people do and the way they serve us. I believe that I am their employer, just like the county commissioners are our employee. And I would be proud if I had a company to have any of them working for me. Anyway, aside from that, what exactly happened this morning with the motion and this letter? Can someone explain to me what I could anticipate to see and relate back to my neighbors what we should see?
Mr. Chairman, if you'd like,
Yes, please.
Assistant County Attorney Catherine Barbieri, you left it on the default agenda, which means you found it in violation, and by the default date, they have until whatever it was, March 8th, to remove the fence. If not, then it would go for a fine hearing.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
And evidently, the letter from their attorney says they have agreed to relocate the fence.
I read that. I was a little confused because there was some estimates back in the month of November of 2012 and 8/19/2012 with this situation going back until July of 2012. And apparently they made a deposit of $621, and I don't know whether do they need a permit to remove a permitted fence in the wrong location to reinstall the fence where it was to begin with?
I don't believe, no.
Not to remove the fence, he would not need a permit, but if he reinstalls the fence, he would need a permit. Right now, that permit that was originally issued was revoked by the county. So he has no valid permit out there. So they would be required to obtain a permit if they are to reinstall the fence in the proper location on his property.
So if they're going to be doing this within the next 30 days, is it logical for me to assume that they're submitted something to the county for a permit to reinstall?
Well, I have a personal rule, never assume.
Well, I'm being very kind.
But yes, I would assume that a permit would be applied for. We will contact his attorney to let him know that, make sure he does that, does obtain a permit, and we should be seeing that within a very short time because the clock is ticking as of today.
Very good. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
listening
sir,
to me.
for your coming before us. We appreciate it. And once again, everybody that had public comment, we do appreciate you coming. It's not often that we have people come and express their feelings, and we take it very well. Anyway, thank you very much. Is there anything else from staff? Can we leave?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn at 10:15.
Thank you.
Thank you.